Well, it's that time of year again, Christmas time, and what better way to kick off with a review that everyone's been waiting for this year, Sonic Generations. So with 20 years of the Blue Blur, of course an anniversary title is going to be in the works, but when you consider a good title, I think of Sonic Adventure 2, and when I think of a bad title, I think of this piece of shit, Sonic 06. But there's still one question out there: what is a good Sonic? Well, it all depends on your character. If you love your basic 2D platforming, then of course you're going to fall in love with Sonic in his Mega Drive days. And if you loved it when Sonic switched to 3D, then of course you're going to enjoy the majority of the 3D titles. And I say majority for a reason. The anniversary title was revealed on the 7th of April of 2011, when Sega posted a teaser trailer on Sonic's Facebook page. The teaser trailer will show off modern Sonic running through to what looked like a dead Green Hill Zone. Later on we see two Sonics run alongside each other, and already people's imagination ran wild. Sonic plus Amy equals Kid Sonic. Nah. The game was officially revealed as Sonic Generations on the 18th of April, with the very first gameplay trailer. It turns out it's classic and modern Sonic together. Classic of course fulfilling the Mega Drive titles, and modern Sonic fulfilling the Unleashed style. But how come? Well, as an anniversary title, Generations remakes the well-remembered stages and gameplay Sonic fans will and truly love. It's basically one big history lesson on reliving those days before Sonic's eyes were green and Tails sounded like a 5-year-old girl. With gameplay trailers, music, merchandise, people had a reason to be looking forward to something, including me. I mean, hell, look at my YouTube channel, it's completely based on Sonic Generations. Now, to see classic Sonic return, people would already be skeptical about it. Reflecting back on Sonic 4 Episode 1, I can see where the fanbase was coming from, especially the really picky ones. I mean, Sonic 4's main aim was reimagining the classic titles, but it was too much of a swan dive into the deep end to tamper with what made Sonic great. And with Sonic Unleashed style return, it was between too much speed or too much 2D platforming. With a mixed bag of Sonic Unleashed and Sonic Colors, I can definitely say the elements were well balanced in this game. To dive right into the game, we're given a title screen just as white as Frosty the Snowman. To consider this the fact that it's reimagining the Sonic 1 title screen, it's just so plain. I mean, just add the remade Green Hill Zone background from the very first demo release, that would have been much better. Once you begin a new game, you start as classic Sonic in Green Hill Zone, refilling the Mega Drive style of gameplay. No intro, no story brief, nothing. To move on to the story, the gameplay's plot was planned by who previously worked on Sonic Colors, so clearly the story is going to be good, right? Well, no. The story revolves around time travel, and no matter how many Doctor Who episodes I watch, I will never understand how time travel, time paradox and all that shit works. The story begins in the years of classic Sonic, where a mysterious creature called the Time Eater appears and wisps Green Hill Zone out of the timeline. In the present day, Tails sets up a party to celebrate Sonic's birthday, which we're still unaware of how old he is. When the Time Eater appears, destroying the party and sucking everyone up into various time holes, sending them across into different places in Sonic's history. Sonic tries to stop him, however, and fails miserably by taking a bitch slap to the face and falling unconscious. While waking up, Sonic finds himself
walking in a winter wonderland.
No, white space. After entering Green Hill Zone and begin modern-style gameplay of Unleashed. Once you complete the stage from classic and modern, you free one of Sonic's annoying little friends, and bring the colour back into the levels, by running really fast. And then we just repeat that another 8 times. Every so often we come across a boss and a rival and use to collect 7 Chaos Emeralds. The rivals range from Metal Sonic, Shadow and Silver. As for the bosses, they range from Metal Sonic, Perfect Chaos and Egg Dragoon. It's pretty cool to see all these bosses and rivals return in HD, especially from the classic end. But it's also lacking. It would have been pretty cool to see the return of other bosses, especially from classic eras. And to be honest, I would have loved to see mini bosses at the end of each act. I'm not talking about mini bosses like in Sonic 3 and Knuckles, what I mean is to have a main boss at the end of each stage. Like the classic Ball Swing in the Sonic 1 in Green Hill Zone, or Mecha Sonic at the end of Sky Sanctuary. After defeating all the bosses, filling all the colour back into the stages, freeing all of Sonic's friends, collecting all the 7 Chaos Emeralds, we can face the Time Eater head on. And here's when we find out once again Eggman is behind all this time travel shit. Whoa! Dr. Robotnik is behind this as well? Awesome! It's epic to see him in HD as well. After defeating the Time Eater, you're now free from white space and everything has been restored back to its timeline. Classic Sonic and Tails say their goodbyes and head back to their natural timeline, on a happy note and the credits roll. So simple, yet so awesome. But there are a few nitpicks. The story feels so empty. The Sonic series made so many internet memes throughout the 20 years and none of them are here. Well, apart from the achievement that requires you not to get hit by a car in Crisis City. Mike Pollock even said that he recorded his part in the script a year ago, so what gives? But I'm not going to get into how Sega developed their games. The levels themselves are broken into 2 acts and 3 eras. Act 1 you play as classic Sonic, and Act 2 you play as modern Sonic. As for the eras, we're given 3 eras from 20 years of Sonic's history: Classic, Dreamcast and Modern. Classic starring the levels from Sonic 1, 2 and Knuckles. Dreamcast starring the levels from Sonic Adventure 1, 2 and Heroes? Wait, Sonic Heroes? Oh, this must be the GameCube era. As for the modern era, it stars Sonic 06, Sonic Unleashed and Sonic Colors. The levels featuring from the classic era range from Green Hill Zone from Sonic 1, Chemical Plant from Sonic 2, and Sky Sanctuary Zone from Sonic 3 and Knuckles. The levels ranging from the Dreamcast/GameCube era range from Speed Highway from Sonic Adventure, City Escape from Sonic Adventure 2, and Seaside Hill from Sonic Heroes. The levels from modern era range from Crisis City from Sonic 06, Rooftop Run from Sonic Unleashed, and Planet West from Sonic Colors. All these levels have been given a complete HD makeover. This game's graphics are amazing, and oh my god, the nostalgia is at its max. They still have the rememberable locations from the levels like in the original, like the boarding in City Escape and the bridge rush in Rooftop Run, which are even filled with little cameos like the wanted posters in City Escape. Thank you so much, Kevin Eva. One thing that does anger me is people complain there's no originality in this game. Of course that could be in a complete different context, but this game is celebrating 20 years of the best of Sonic the Hedgehog. If they're talking about the themes, then of course it's not meant to. Some areas and level designs and graphics are completely different, so what's the problem, people? As for the level select, aka the hub world, you're taken to white space, where all the levels from each era are stuck into a limbo. Stretched around each level are missions which are used to collect the keys to open boss gates. But you get some rewards in the missions as they're totally optional, so you can only play the good ones, assuming you really want to avoid Vector the Crocodile. Also, each level is given a new piece of music, either remixed or rearranged, and my god, it brings so much joy to my ears. One track I can't get out of my head is the remixed US version of Stardust Speedway in Metal Sonic's boss battle. The music is unbelievable, but from previous Sonic games I shouldn't be at all surprised what Sega has to offer with these great remixes and rearrangements. Also, the game gives you options to choose music that you unlock by the missions. Of course you can have music stored on your console, but I like the idea of having to choose music that's in the game. And some tracks go really well with the original game themes: Seaside Hill with Sonic Heroes, Crisis City with His World, Rooftop Run with Endless Possibilities, and Planet Wisp with Reach for the Stars. All these themes make the levels just as epic without, but I hope this feature returns in future Sonic games. For people that pre-ordered the game, they got their fair share of features. If you're an Xbox user, you got the Supersonic Avatar costume, a dashboard theme, and for both PS3 and Xbox 360 you get a casino pinball level, which once again looks epic in HD and has a sweet music track. Moving on to gameplay now, Classic can perform just how you want him to. Granted, Classic Sonic doesn't perform exactly like the classic titles, but he's made a dramatic improvement since Sonic 4 Episode 1. Modern Sonic plays the same as Sonic Unleashed, but still has that stiff jump and somewhat unresponsive homing attack. One thing I can say, Sega has learnt how to create layered level design in many alternate paths very well. Question, Sega, what the hell did you do to Sonic's drift? Of course it's the closest thing we're ever going to get to modern having a spin dash, but my god, it controls like crap! Unleashed in Colors drifting was much better than this. 2D platforming areas are also impressive, which links back to the layered level design, including modern Sonic. But then again, they got shit tons of practice with Colors. Also, the 3D sections are impressive, which I'm also glad that Sega had learned to balance the 2D and 3D sections. Character-wise, modern Sonic hasn't changed one bit since our last adventure, but my god, classic Sonic's reaction to everything is just plain adorable. In order for Sega to shut all the fan guys and gals, classic Sonic is completely on mute, which I find rather misleading. Of course Sonic's voice actors have been given a bit of stick since the 3D switchover, but come on, Roger Craig Smith does a fantastic job of playing the role of Sonic. Sometimes I even think he's the best one yet.
Check out the console!
Well, almost. In terms of difficulty, well, a 4-year-old can complete this in just a couple of hours. No joke, the game is literally 5 to 6 hours long. But to extend the time, for example, getting all the S ranks, which is incredibly easy, doing all the side missions, beating all the bosses on hard mode, completing all the online trials, unlocking all the music and concept art and achievements, and also making your avatar look like a complete douchebag, then roughly about 9 to 10 hours. But if you're one of those people that find really easy games hard and hard games really easy, then you have the option to turn on Omochow. And sweet Jesus, he never shuts up. I was really sick of him during the second demo release. I kept him on during my first playthrough because for once he's actually handy, but turn him off after you've beat the game. Also, this is the first time we can hear the new voice actors of all the Sonic characters. I'm aware that the acting first appeared in Sonic 3 Riders, but not everyone owns Connect. My opinions on them? They did a great job. Maya Pollock is still the leading role as Dr. Eggman, but the voice actors did a great job. I'm not the one to fight about actors and characters changing, mainly because I don't care. Well, up until David Tennant left Doctor Who. On the subject of changes, for once in a Sonic game we don't get CGI cutscenes, which is very unusual because every Sonic game now at least has an intro or an ending in CGI. Just look at Colours, the Wii is nowhere near as powerful as the 360 or PS3, and yet Colours got some. I mean hell, not even the CGI from the trailers are even in this game, which could have helped extend the story. Also, power-ups are used in a completely different way. Once you get a red ring or do a mission, you're rewarded with a skill, which then needs to be bought for the skill shop. Power-ups range from normal shield, the elemental shields, homing tab for classic, and crap tons of boost power-ups for modern Sonic. He's already fast enough as it is! Also, for shits and giggles, unlock the homing attack for classic Sonic, and also the splashy Ozone music. And what do you get? Better than Sonic 4. Come on. Once you defeat the final boss, you can transform into Super Sonic, which has to be equipped for the skills customization. This is also how you use the shield power-ups and the skills that are earned. All the power-ups and the shields do exactly what they're meant to straight from the box. Super Sonic is a letdown. First off, Super Sonic for Classic has no actual difference. It's going back to what I said in Sonic 2, it's just invincibility stars and speed chews put together, but this time his speed doesn't even increase. It's almost like Sega hacked their own game and just changed the colour palette, because there's no actual difference between the power-up. Super Sonic for modern is crazy. Woo! Look at me go! Woo! Whoa, wait, whoa, what the fuck? No way that was 1 minute. Let me try that again. The ring count is reduced by 2 extra rings per second while boosting? So yeah, he's invincible and abuses the boost button by skipping loads of the level, but at the cost of crap loads of rings. On the subject of Super Sonic, or Super Sonics, it's used once again as a final boss gimmick, which is different because Super Sonic hasn't been used as a final boss gimmick since Sonic 4 and Sonic Colors. On the discussion of the final boss, well, yeah. I'm not gonna lie, but this final boss, it's shit. As this final boss decides to make a swan dive and give a Sonic 06 finish to it, as Sonic's friends, and Shadow, keep yelling, "Looks like a homing shot, be careful Sonic!" This final boss theme, it's shit. And this, from what I can tell from many titles, there's no real music theme in this game. Colors had Reach for the Stars, and Sonic 06 had His World. And why am I saying this? Because there's no orchestral theme! I mean hell, the orchestra themes were incredible, don't get me wrong. The final boss music is good for the Time Eater theme, but for a final boss, it's... never mind. If you want to make it more epic, then just play Live and Learn in the background once you unlock it. But moving on, this game is the best Sonic game we've had in some time, and when I say that I'm talking about better than Sonic 4 and Colors etc, and the time before Sonic started sword swinging. Well, as a whole, Sonic Generations does a great job of being an anniversary title for the Blue Blur. The replayability is at its max, which more makes up for the lack of length of the game. It was great to see the return of classic feel stages after Sonic 4 Episode 1, and the return of Unleashed style stages. It's safe to say that this is probably the best 3D game that we've had ever since Sonic Adventure 2. To see old stages of the very best of Sonic the Hedgehog in HD, it gives us more of a reason why we love these stages right from the very beginning. And to see the very best of Sonic the Hedgehog packed in one game, it gives us more of an understanding of why we fell in love with the Blue Blur in the first place. To have this in the best of the 3D era, it makes me sometimes forget the times when Sonic became a warhog. As for a score, I'm going to completely ignore IGN's score of an 8.5 and give Sonic Generations a 9 out of 10. The music is great, the graphics are beautiful, and the overall level design in multiple areas adds more depth to the stages, although it's lacking with clunky controls and boring missions and a lack of story. But just for being a great game, it does a fantastic job, and I hope Sega can find a new formula for future Sonic games. Time to move away from classic and Unleashed and try something new, otherwise Sonic will just end up like Mario and do the same thing over and over again. Happy 20th anniversary Sonic the Hedgehog, it's been fun playing your games right from when I was a little kid. And let's see what Sega has to offer for your 25th. And that's it. Now I won't be on YouTube for the rest of this year, so I hope you have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and we'll see you guys again in 2012. See ya!